Alright, here we have a continuation on creating and maintaining social enterprises. We're continuing with lecture 2. Our focus here is components in creating and maintaining social enterprises. We have market, money, social impact, and the people. Market. For people setting up a social enterprise who have spotted a problem that needs addressing, there are a couple of key questions to ask early on. Is that problem being tackled by anyone else? Who is going to pay? Both of these require some market research. The first of these questions is important to find out about other organizations that might be trying to tackle the same problems as you. These organizations might be competitors, potential partners, or they might be people you can learn from. Either way, it is worth some work to find out who is working in the same space, in the same place you are. The second question is even more important and fundamental. All social enterprises are businesses and need to earn their money, even if they might get some help while being set up. More important than any conversation about legal structures, mission statements, or measuring social impact is the question, who will pay for my product or service? This will depend on the nature of your business, and there may be several different customers, but unless you can answer this question well, you will struggle to make ends meet, and a social enterprise might not be the right route to take. Furniture recycling have decided there are a few different types of customers who might pay them. There are private businesses who will pay for them to take the furniture away. There is the council which has a contract for a bulky waste service. There are housing associations interested in getting their residents employment. And there are individuals who can buy furniture from the shop they hope to set up on high. It is really important that you do not conflate social needs with commercial opportunity. Too often, we hear from entrepreneurs who assume that as there is a significant social need in the area they are looking to address, there will automatically be people willing to pay for it. This is often not the case, and indeed, those most in need are often unable to pay themselves and not valued by others. It's also important to note that you don't need to tackle both of these alone. Look at your own skill set and understand where partnering may enable you to provide better outcomes. For example, if the founder of furniture recycling has a background in getting people to work, they may look to work with a commercial furniture business to get furniture from. Whereas if they have a more commercial background, it may be that working with a local charity supporting young people is more appropriate. Money. In the last session, we talked about customers and the key question, who is going to pay for your social enterprise's product or service? Finding and growing the number of those customers will be really important to making the social enterprise sustainable in the long term. We should say again here that social enterprises are businesses and that they want to make a profit. What makes them different from other businesses is what they do with that profit, putting it back into their social mission. So profit is important, and that also means that being able to manage your finances is important. Can you do a basic budget? Do you know about cash flow? Do you have a good handle on the current financial situation? On the current financial situation? This might not be as important when you start, as the amount of money may be small and easy to track, but be aware that as things progress, you will need to be able to have a grip on the finances. There is a lot of support out there to help, and lots of specialists, accountants, and advisors who can assist you as your enterprise grows. It also helps to have some understanding from the start about cost, prices, and margins. If you want to make a profit, you will have to make more money than it is costing you to deliver the service or create the product you are selling. This difference between how much money you bring in and how much it costs you to the profit margin. For example, if furniture recycling has a contract with the council to train people who are long-term unemployed, then they will need to look at the support and training they provide. This might include staffing, building costs, transport, and equipment. For example, if they know them on this cost them on an average 100,000 per individual, then they need to be changing the council at least 10 100,000 to break even. If they change them 110,000, they have a profit margin of 10,000 or 10% on each individual train. If they train 10 people, they will have 100 profit to reinvest back into their mission or supporting others. Money, finally. It is worth knowing that there is money available which is specifically intended to help social enterprises at different stages of their journey. Social impact. Every social enterprise is trying to make a difference to a community, to particular individuals, to the world at large. It is important to think about how you might know that your enterprise has been a difference. This positive difference or change you have made is often referred to as social impact. You might be able to see already that your enterprise is making a profit difference, but it is important to think about it more for a few reasons so that you can plan what you hope to achieve, so that you can prove to others who support you that it works, so you can get better and improve your product or service. They could then think about how they might know this has happened and how they might collect the information. Measuring social impact is a big area to get into. We advise when you are starting out to pick the 2 or 3 things that are most important to you and central to your mission, and to start collecting information and data about those. Don't overcomplicate people. Often, when you are starting out, it may just be you running the social enterprise. As things continue and grow, you may need to add to the team and recruit people. There are a couple of key things to think about here. Making sure you have the administration ready, finding the right people, how to recruit. Your accountant or bookkeeper will be able to help you with the first of these. With finding the right people, it is normally important when starting up to have people who can turn their hand to lots of different things and to have people who bring different skills and experience to add to yours. You can recruit people through your networks, through social media, or through local newspapers and websites, depending on how much money you have to spend. You can also use the hashtag OSENT or Twitter for anything social enterprise related. Try and think about the balance of skills in your organization and what will be required to ensure success. Your You can recruit people through your networks. If your background is in a commercial role, you may need someone with more social sector skills and vice versa, depending on which legal structure you choose. You may also have a board of directors or trustees. These are the people that provide strategic direction and governance for the organization. They can help by bringing a good mix of skills, experience, and networks to an organization, including people who use the product or service, and in both supporting and challenging you as you try to achieve your goals. Good governance is important to keep the social enterprise to its mission in the long term and to ensure the enterprise is properly run. Case study: Kelly Davis, a former footballer, wanted to find a way to use sport not only for fun but also as a creative way to address social problems. This led to the idea for V-Ability, a Wales-based social enterprise that aims to engage young people and help them achieve positive life outcomes. In 2009, V-Ability started in Colwyn Bay in North Wales. The mission is twofold: to reduce the number of disengaged young people by motivating them to contribute to their communities, and to help sports clubs be run like businesses and thus create more jobs within local communities. They generate revenue through their Run the Club program, in which they win contracts to deliver sports programs. They also work with corporates to challenge them to engage more with youth. Being financially sustainable Being financially sustainable has been important to Kelly since the beginning because it allows the ability to be more competitive for the future and therefore grow and help more young people. After V-Ability's initial success in Wales, they expanded their work to London in 2014, showing an example of how social enterprises can scale successfully. While expanding into a new location was challenging, it also offered more opportunities to find financial support from like-minded investors such as Nesta, a foundation that seeks to tackle inequality and help marginalized young people. Since winning the Social Enterprise of the Year award in 2015, Viabilities, which has continued to grow. They have engaged with thousands of young people and have run programs on the international level in places such as Spain, Portugal, Sweden, Italy, and India. They continue to seek opportunities to scale, always searching for new ways to reach more sport clubs and more young people. Life is full of choices. Choose well. What you want to achieve. Start now, not later. Thank you once again.